The content within documents produced by most scanners cannot be searched because the scanner creates digitized images of each page of the scanned document. These images, like photographic snapshots, are combined into one file and stored by the scanner. Unlike film cameras, scanners create digitized images by dividing each page into a grid of tiny cells and recording the color or shade of black and white in each cell. Here's a PDF that was created by our scanner and being viewed in Adobe Acrobat. Our scanners typically create PDF files like this from scanned documents. When we open a scanned PDF document, we can easily read the text it contains, but the computer program being used to view that file only sees the digitized grid of cells that comprise each page, not individual words of text. Here's what that grid looks like to the scanner. Here's the word more blown up quite high into where you can actually see the individual grid of cells. This is the word more that was blown up, that was scanned in. So attempting to search the scanned PDF image for a word like more fails. However, Acrobat does offer character analysis, it calls it, that enables it to create searchable text. And here's how it's done. If you attempt to do a search for one of the words in this document, it will fail. So let's do that. We'll go up to the Edit menu and Find, or you could use Control F, that's the shortcut, and let's just search for the word more. It fails, but Acrobat does offer to correct that problem. It's saying it only contains an image of a scanned page. There's no text characters in that image, so would you like to run character analysis? Yeah, let's do that. So OK. And what it's going to do is recognize text on the current page. This is only a one-page document. If it was multiple pages, you could select all pages or select the particular range of pages. What that's doing is called OCR, or Optical Character Recognition. So this is all fine. We'll just click OK and let it do that. It operated very quickly, and now it's searched for more, and yes, it found it, and it's highlighting it right now. I'll just press Enter to see if it finds more. There were no more instances of more. Now, take a look at what happens if we search for the word tracks that appears here. So we'll attempt to find tracks. There's the first instance. I'll press Enter. There's the second instance. Notice it's spelled different. There's not there. It's all lowercase letters and it's smaller case. And I'll press Enter again. And now here's a much larger font. And it still was able to find that that is actually text and store that as the word tracks. So the optical character recognition in Acrobat works very, very well. Let's take one more example of how you could do that. I'm going to close this document. And by the way, if you do OCR on a document, then typically, yes, you want to save those changes, and the document will then be saved and be completely searchable. But I'll say no for this particular example. Here's another document that I scanned, but I accidentally scanned it upside down. It's exactly the same document as before. It's this tracks document. I'll try to do a search for this. So I'll do Control F this time to bring up the search dialog, and I'll search for more. Same problem. It's only an image of a scanned page. So instead of taking it up, this is the easy way to do OCR, but I won't go ahead and do it this way. There's a couple different ways to do optical character recognition. If you have the Tools, Comment, Share menu items showing on your toolbar, you can go to Tools, Recognize Text, in this file. You may or may not have these menu options showing up. So for sure, you can get to it by going to, let's see, yes, under View, Tools, and Recognize Text. Sometimes really hard to find things in these menus, but it's the same thing that gets pulled up if you happen to have the Tools option right on your toolbar. So we'll go for doing OCR in this file. Brings up the same Recognize Text dialog, and we'll just click OK. Now, a nice side effect of doing the OCR is that it flips the page around into its correct orientation. It needs to do that so it can find the words too. If you have a page that's skewed, if it's upside down or rotated 90 degrees, it has to rotate it to its correct orientation before it can properly do the OCR. So if I do a search now, Control F, search for the word more, it can find it. Or search for the word tracks, it can find it. And so if I save this document, I'll save it under the same file name and open it up again. Remember, it was upside down, but now when I open it up, it's right side up. It's searchable. All is well. So I hope this has been helpful. Thank you.